Biden administration is the ones that opened up the borders to allow for illegal migrants to come into this country, as well as sued the state of Texas, which obviously Greg Abbott is the governor over, in order to have these people flow way in and try to influence what's going on inside of the United States of America, including the elections, including our budget, including so many different things, and God knows what else, who they were benefiting off of and when they was benefiting off of and how they was working with certain organizations. And we're not going to go into that. But the reality is that Greg Abbott had to pivot and he had to figure out what was going on and make the adjustment. So what he did was he allowed for sanctuary cities to share in the pain, since they didn't want to stand with him against things that we all should be standing against. And that's illegal people coming into this country without going through the proper protocols, getting the right vetting, and ultimately getting in line like the rest of everybody else.
So Anton Shoeshine Boy Daniels say that these immigrants that come over into the United States, they should do it the right way, the legal way. And yet Tom Homan, Donald Trump, and ICE are arresting young ladies like you see on the screen there, an 18-year-old girl who's here legally. Her story, and the next story you're about to see is a guy being arrested with 2 children who is also here legally. Let's get into it.
Maria, her mother tells me she is very concerned tonight. We're told that ICE took her daughter into custody here at the courthouse in Lynn on Monday. Now her family is concerned that she may be deported.
This case screams just miscarriage of justice.
18-year-old Zenaida Barrera should be going to school tomorrow, but her family says the high school junior is now in ICE custody. She was arrested at her Lynn home early Monday morning after a neighbor heard commotion. She's accused of pushing her brother during an argument.
This was two siblings getting in an argument over a telephone and pushing each other. It was not something that I thought would ever be on their radar.
The teenager's court-appointed lawyer says the case was likely to be dismissed, but before she could leave the courthouse Monday, he says federal agents stepped in.
They came to that courthouse looking for her. They had a detainer with her name on it.
The girl's mother tells me via text, "I just hope to God that they let my daughter free so she can return to her family." Their lawyer says the family came here from Nicaragua 2 years ago and that their application for full asylum is being reviewed.
She has a work permit, and she's presumed innocent.
Over the last week, ICE has arrested immigrants accused of violent crimes in and around Boston. But this teenager's family now wonders why her case warranted a federal response.
This is not what people thought was going to be taking place 7 days into this new administration, and we're already starting deportation proceedings between 2 siblings over a push.
Now, tonight, records show that teenager is being held at a jail up in Maine. ICE has not responded to our request for any information about her case. We're live in Lynn tonight. John Atwater, WCVB News Center 5.
He says his brother was on his way to work, a job he has held for years, when he was taken by ICE. And it's a move and an action that is spreading fear in this already nervous community.
He's a very hardworking father of 2 kids.
Derek Morales says his brother is one of the men taken into custody by ICE. Federal agents were spotted in Chelsea yesterday morning at locations including City Hall, where Morales says his brother was on his way to work.
When he was being apprehended, they took that permit away from him. But all the other possessions he had was returned to my mother, except for the permit.
Morales says his brother is not a criminal and has worked legally for years. His family now fears he'll be deported to El Salvador.
Above all, I'm mostly outraged, very angry most of the time, but I'm very sad as well. My house is all over the place. They don't know what to do.
The raid yesterday also spreading fear in the Chelsea community.
To think that that's the situation that they encountered, our families are like, okay, so then how am I any different? Who's next?
Governor Healy says she is still learning more about what happened, but is concerned.
That is not what I understood was going to be happening from the Trump administration. I thought the job was to target bad guys. But when they come after working families, working parents here, that is really concerning.
Derek Morales says that his brother is being held in Plymouth and that they are seeking legal help. Live in Chelsea, Sarah Con, GW, CVB News Center 5.